Welcome back to Grit Gym. We're talking about graduation presents. All the graduates just finished up, and I hear a lot of adults talking about questioning what they're going to get these kids for a graduation present. And what I'm going to tell you is something they're probably not going to like, because the absolute lamest gift that you can possibly give is cash. There's a price tag on that. You can give you're putting a value on them. And what I can tell you is I give the exact same thing every single year to every single kid, and I really think it's a huge disservice for kids to not have these. And basically we have four big, huge resources in this life. We have our health, that is your number one resource no matter what. Then you have your relationships, then you have money, and you have time. Now the thing is, I'm already teaching health in here, but when we get down to relationships at the end of our life, that's the thing that we're going to reach for, and that's the thing that we're going to have the most memories around. So the first one, the first gift that I give to hopefully that will reverberate throughout their entire life, whether they read it 10 times or read it one time, is How to Win Friends and Influence People. I give this book to every single kid. I give them two more books that we're going to go over here in a second, and then we have some honorable mentions as well. But this book, I really wish that it didn't have such a manipulative sounding title. However, dealing with communication and how we relate to each other and how to just be a person, a lot of this stuff is things that you already know, but the emphasis around them and how to deliver can help you become a better leader, can help you become a better future parent, can help you be a better friend, can help you in the workplace, it can help you in all these different areas of your life, and it's just a really simple book. And this actually, the reason I'm bringing this up first is because this is the book, I reread this book every single year. Every March, I pick this book up and I reread it because I think it is that important. The other book is called Conscious Loving by Gay and Kathy Hendricks. And this is actually a really interesting book from the standpoint of building a relationship with you. And the thing is, most of us don't really get taught much of an internal focus. We get taught a lot of external focus, and we get taught a lot of things, or we talk a lot about love, and we never really give it a very clear definition. This is the best book I've found yet for building some clarity around what love is: self-love, external love, sharing love with somebody else, having a relationship with others. And that's not to say that it couldn't be platonic. It's about having a romantic relationship, but also a platonic relationship, whichever one it is. It deals with your relationships by taking care of yourself first, so that you know who you are. We're at a pretty interesting time in history, actually, where in the past, humanity has just been trying to survive. Well, we're kind of beyond Maslow's hierarchy of needs to the point where we're actually up into more of an emotional level. And I don't think that we quite know how to deal with our emotions up there at that level at this point. And I really think once you get into conscious living, you're going to see that it gives you a very clear framework for how to help yourself and how to nurture yourself so that you can be of better service to all the people that you care about, and you can be better at all the things that make you great in the first place. The other book that I think that this is absolutely criminal that we're not teaching kids in school, but once you get out into the real world, money is a huge resource, and you are not taught at all anything about it when you're in high school or college or elementary school, and it's absurd to me. But the third one is a great book for beginning your financial education, is Cash Flow Quadrant. Now, I was kind of forced into my financial education because I went out and had the audacity to start a business that I knew nothing about. I knew a lot about training, and I got my first string conditioning book when I was 13, dug into it, experimented, went out and got another one, went out and got another one, went out and got another one, experimented all the time. A lot of you guys are going to know my story about how I stole the key to the weight room from a Booster Club member that happened to be my friend's mom. Went and got a copy made so I can get into the weight room. I was a junkie of this stuff for a long, long time, but I had no idea how to do financial statements or cash flow analysis or any of that kind of stuff, profit and loss statements, any of that sort of stuff. And that stuff is extremely beneficial on how money actually works, but none of us have any sort of education around it. And really, I think if you watch politics today, a lot of the hate is coming out of having this lack of education around money. And it's really, really sad to see a lot of people go through that. And just a tiny bit of education around finances makes a huge wealth of difference, like a huge difference in how you live your life and how you consume resources and a lot of the other things, and taking responsibility, all that good stuff. Now, these are the 3 books that I give every single graduate every single year. And the reason is because they get to take those lessons with them for the rest of their life. Those things are going to help them every single day along their path. They're going to help them be better parents. They're going to help them be better leaders. They're going to help them in their career. They're going to help them with their friends. They're going to help them in every single aspect of their lives. And I realized that none of those were on time management, and none of those were on health. But it helps to have your finances in order, less stress, less everything else, and it helps to have more meaningful relationships, especially your relationship with you. You take care of that one, all the other ones kind of seem to fall into place. Now, I have some honorable mentions here that I think are definitely worth picking up. If those 3 aren't the books, or you know that 50 people are going to give one kid those same 3 books, then maybe you go offbeat a little bit. One of them, the first one, is Gates of Fire, mostly just because I think this is an awesome book. But also, if you have interest in backing the feminist movement, this book is just such a tiny little spot of feminism, because it's really kind of a macho book. But the part that is about the feminine side is so significant that without it, the book would not work. Without it, the history of how we are living right now would not exist. And I would definitely pick up this book just to see what that is. Plus, it's just an awesome read. And then Strength Finders. Strength Finder is about finding your strengths so that you can play to that in your professional life. A lot of people are going to go out into the professional world and play towards a career that might not have been what they're best suited for. You know, some teachers should go be leaders of Fortune 500 companies or something. I don't know. But some people are going to be better suited for certain things. And if we play to those strengths, usually we're going to have a little bit more fun and we're going to have a little bit more fulfilling career. The other one, Way of the Peaceful Warrior. It's a little bit for, I would say, 18-year-olds are really going to have a good time with that book. It's a nice segue into building your relationship with you and building your wisdom around the world and how maybe things work. It gives you, I think it would be really good. I really wish someone would have handed it to me when I was about 16 years old, but I probably read it when I was in my early 20s, and I think it's a great book. Mindset by Carol Dweck. I think this is an extremely significant book. If you are a person, you should read this book, but I don't know if it's necessarily for an 18-year-old. Someone getting out of college is probably going to be able to appreciate this book quite a bit more. And I think if you're a parent or you're a leader or you're anybody who communicates with people, everybody, I think that you should definitely pick up this book. It's required reading at Grit Gym. I think it's just an absolute amazing book. And then the last one is The Power of Full Engagement. And this book is basically just about being present and how to manage your energy, which is something not a lot of us, including me, do very well. But it's an extremely good book from a lot of different standpoints, and I definitely think people can get a lot out of it, especially a college graduate or someone who's been out in the field in the real world working for a couple of years. But those are what I suggest for graduation presents. I had a parent, one time we were in a discussion talking about this, and one of the parents said, there's no way that those kids will ever read that. And to me, it matters if they read it or not, of course. But it's not up to me to decide whether they read it or not. I'm still going to give the book. The fact that they had the opportunity to is the thing. Hopefully, they go out and they buy these books anyway. But just the idea that you gave them the opportunity and some guidance through, hey, read this. Maybe this is just what I would suggest, sort of thing. That's huge. But money is the most lame gift that you could give. It is so lame. You'd be better off buying an umbrella or a laundry basket or something like that. They might love the idea that you gave them money and really appreciate it, but the wealth in these books is going to be way more beneficial than that $50, that $10, or whatever you're going to give them this year. Pick a book, give them those books. That is the end of this segment. If you guys could please comment below. It is so much more fun to have these when you guys interact, and I love hearing from you guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll be posting again soon.